Doctors, what's the scariest thing a patient has ever done said. A patient once looked at me with a completely calm face and said, I know you're trying to help me, but I'm going to die today. I made peace with it, and you can't stop it. As a resident working off service, looked a woman dead in the eye before we were about to intubate her. She had the saddest look in her eyes and said, don't let me die. She had awful esophageal and rectal varices that were never successfully treated and passed away that night in the OR. Still see it in my thoughts from time to time. During my med school trauma surgery rotation, our 16-year-old patient said my stomach hurts right before he was intubated for an exploratory laparotomy. He'd gotten shot in his abdomen. Intra-op, we noted that the bullet tore a hole in his aorta. He didn't make it. Such innocent last words to hear a kid say. He fully didn't grasp his fate at the time, and understandably so. I will never forget it. The scariest thing I ever heard working in healthcare was not from a patient, but a nurse who called me to report an outbreak of rabies at one of the nursing homes I worked in senior management for. I managed to stop myself freaking out for long enough to ask her the necessary questions. Thank goodness, English wasn't her first language and she got 2 words confused. Scabies. She meant scabies. As a resident, a patient was super angry and signing his papers to leave against medical advice. He looked at me and said, I know what time you sign out, and I know where you all leave the hospital, looked over my shoulder the entire walk home. Had a patient who had just had major surgery throw himself out of bed because Freddy Krueger told him to do so. He was on ketamine drip for pain management at the time. I could see death standing behind you still haunts me, and he passed away 2 days after. Only 3 comments in, and that's enough Reddit for me tonight. I glued my balls to my butthole again. I'm a physician assistant, not a doctor, but to me it's always the scariest in the hospital or emergency room setting when someone says, I think I'm going to die. Because often they're right, pensive face.